Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to What's Going On with Gabby. I guess you could say this is episode 2, and today we'll be doing what I actually plan to do for my first podcast session, but Mortal Kombat was like more newer in my mind to do it, so I did that. But I'm gonna do Wild Uncharted Waters. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of that song. If you haven't, you're probably succeeding in life. So what I'm gonna do, and what I plan to do, and what I did do in July was do a rewrite of not the lyrics themselves, but the choreography of the scene. But first, I'm gonna actually go through and give my thoughts on what I initially, of course, thought about the song as I watched it in theaters. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna go through it and like do all that before I get to the other part. So I'm gonna be honest, I started laughing, right? Because I knew as soon as he did that dramatic turn after his mother said, I forgot what she said, but he dramatically turned away. I just knew Wild Uncharted Waters was gonna play. And you know what's really crazy? I said this song, what if he's like, I wanna be where the mermaids are. I wanna hear them singing. That's exactly what this song was. And I was joking. I remember, I think I texted my friend before then, and I listened to the lyrics very intently, and I said, this is what this song is. He said he wants to be what the mermaids are. So, also, when he first started singing, I don't know if it's because I had watched a video on Emma Watson's autotune, but my ears were perked up. I heard that autotune. Now, it's not as bad as Emma Watson's, but it was still autotune. I heard it immediately. Yeah. I heard it immediately. Maybe I just have a good ear. I don't know. So let me go and play the video actually. So he's walking around all dramatically, like okay, can we play the song? Oh, all he ever wanted was the open sea and sky. Yeah. Over me. I want to see if there's anything of note, because I think I'm gonna talk about it more when I get to my rewrite and why I want to get rid of this. Also, in the theaters, I was genuinely confused because, mind you, he only saw her once, and I don't think we ever really got to see him actually be haunted by her song. Now, in the original, Eric, he at least had that flute so he could play her tune. But what does this Eric have? Nothing. Exactly. Come find me again, your melody. Like, that was just one of my main points. Like, let's see. Okay, here's the funny part. So at the end, I was so confused when he started getting on a boat for no reason. Because didn't his mother just tell him, I don't want you to go sailing because I don't want to lose you? Next thing you know, he's on a boat. I think it's supposed to be a figurative boat. Like, he's not actually on the boat, but he's imagining himself on the boat. But if it was an actual boat, that's actually really disrespectful to his mother. Because she just said that she doesn't want you to die. And you're just like, okay, gosh, mothers. Mind you, he's like 21. So at your big age, what's his name? I was going to say Jonah. I meant Eric. But you really doing that? Really? Okay. I think that was... Also, when he started belting out those lines... Oh, gosh. Now, my overall thoughts on Wild Uncharted Waters, it's not a bad song. And I remember telling my friend this. I said, Wild Uncharted Waters is not a bad song. I think it's actually a pretty decent song for what we have. However, Prince Eric, his voice, it's not bad. Jonah didn't do terrible. Again, like, it's a decent song. But it was unnecessary. Like, I feel if you add songs to properties that either did not originally or weren't originally musicals, or that song wasn't originally in the musical, you have to make sure that these songs are, one, good, miraculous, and also relevant, miraculous. Because it's just going to leave the viewer and listener like, okay, This is really nice. I love the melodies, which I'm going to get into. But I love some of the melodies in Wild Uncharted Waters. And you could tell this was supposed to be a big song. But I think that it was big in the wrong place. Which is going to lead into the rewrite. Okay? Because you could tell the instrumentation of it all, the build-up of the song. The oh, over you, I cannot get over you in wild uncharted waters. Like that. Oh, I love that melody. That's my favorite melody in the whole song. I absolutely love it. But I mean, overall, the song is kind of unnecessary. It didn't move anything. They wanted to give Eric more of a backstory, but I'm just like, I didn't really. I mean, I cared about Eric. Eric is that dude. Word to Jay, but from the Cub Scouts. But I'm be honest, I did not need a whole adoption arc with him. Like I was fine with his parents not being there. We get it. He's an orphan. His parents probably died like Anna and Elsa's and literally every other Disney character's parents. I'm sorry. So, anyways. Now, I think we're just going to jump into the rewrite. I know I am, kind of rushing, and I'm talking kind of fast, because, one, I'm late to recording. I started recording maybe at 8 something, 8:20. I went to record at 8, and I had to borrow the front lady's key to get into the podcast room, because all the teachers, they were all in a meeting. So, and I couldn't find Mr. Tufts or anything to open the door. So hopefully he doesn't say, oh, are you supposed to be in here? Because yes, I did reserve a space to do this. But anyways, we gonna rush so I can download it and stuff. So okay, I'd have Wild Uncharted Waters if we must have this song. If it is a must that we have to have Wild Uncharted Waters, I would move it to right before the Vanessa scene. When he finds her and she's on the rocks sitting and smiling. So it'll be nighttime, and also further into the movie, because it'll be Ariel's voice literally calling out to him, and it'll kind of conflate with Ariel's voice. Is really Vanessa's voice, and I'll get more into why I wanted that as well. Okay, actually it's this next one that I have here. I would also have it so that throughout the movie up until this point, he would have heard the faint sounds of Ariel's voice, so that is actually haunting him, because he's like, what was the line? It was, now all I am is haunted as days and hours roll by. Haunted by what? You just heard her, you heard her sing one time to you, and now you're acting like she's Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's not how that works. So I'd like to have him hear faint sounds of her voice, or at least have him play the flute like he did in the original. I would have taken that if he just played the flute and acted like he was obsessed with the song. And then maybe whenever he hears the song, he kind of gets hesitant around Ariel, and then when this song happens, it sounds more tangible and real. I guess the sounds it's stronger, has more of a bass to it, because I mean it is real. And I think that doing this kind of shows that although Eric seems to be falling for Ariel, and they had a great time in the village and the lagoon, he's still waiting for the girl that saved him. And although, okay, we can kind of tell that is the point they're trying to get across here, I feel like this would just supplement it better. I feel like that would just be better. I said that I'd change a few lyrics leading up to him finding Vanessa, but that was before I actually went through. I think this was before I actually went through and decided that we don't need that whole and your voice is like a siren that guides me to wild uncharted he was belting those lines. If I had to give Jonah credit, I felt the emotion in his voice. Not just you I can't even do it, it's too early. But he was into that song. I can give him props for that. He sounded like he actually wanted to sing and be there. He sounded like he was really obsessed with this girl. But I will cut it out. You'll see. I'll explain it more. It's a surprise to you that'll help us later. So in the beginning, right, when the intro where Ariel, her voice is like Eric, he'll be looking at a map or something. So some of these things can be changed, but like he's looking. I said he's looking at a map, like the map he was showing Ariel while sitting at like in a desk at his room, right? So the same one. I think when he found her and they did that whole "Oh, my Little Mermaid" scene or whatever, it'll be that same map, and he'll be looking at it while sitting at a desk in his room or something, a table. And the room is lit up by a lamp, and he's scribbling something down on the paper, or he's fiddling with it. I don't know, just something busy, so that when he hears the singing, his ears start to perk up, and he looks and like he gives his attention to the singing. And then we get to the all I ever wanted was the open sea and sky, and I wanted that his head and body like are slowly turning to the window, but not like robotically turning to the window. And it looks like he's about to get up. Freedom from the life I always knew. Then we're gonna cut to the window with his back from the shoulders. Wait, what? Cut to the window with his so we're gonna do a back shot, back shot of him, looking at the window from his shoulders up, like maybe like really from like a little below his shoulders up, and then the all I miss now all I miss is haunted as days and hours roll by, and I want him to get up, and he's like going towards the window where the sound is coming from. He gets up, he's dazed, he's stumbling a little, and he uses his bedpost, like the lower right one, for stability, like, and all I ever think about is you. And he leans against the post, and he's like enamored by something, like he's like thinking about her, like a trance, like we kind of get the sense of a trance here, but it's not the official trance, right, like he hasn't been entranced yet, but he's entranced, you know what I'm saying? We don't get the gold things in his eyes yet. And then there you are, then he approaches the window, like still like dazed, enamored, entranced over me. And then when he says this, right, so he's approaching the window, and then we're gonna cut to Vanessa walking along the beach, kind of like in the original, but from a different angle. More so from like not an aerial view of her walking from on the beach, but like from the ocean's view. I don't know how to describe that, but we see more of her body, and so it's angled to the point where we see Eric in the back coming to the window, but she's in the forefront. So she's gonna be walking around along the beach, you know, with her dress and her cape or whatever flowing, and we only okay, yeah, still, I mean that could be flowing in the background, but we can only see her neck and below. What? Why? Let's just show a little bit more of her, like towards her elbow or something, so we could see at least the flowing of her hair and stuff. And like I said, we could see Eric from the window, and then she turns to him slowly, like a taking me with your song too. And then like when it's taking me to your song, it's like kind of like transitioning from her looking, like turning to him, to being cut to Eric looking down at her from that aerial view. So it's not like we actually see her face, so it hides her face and we don't really see it. And then when he gets to that two-part leading into the wild uncharted waters, his hands are pressed against the sides of the window, right? And Vanessa's face is still hard to see because we kind of want to cover her up, you know, be all mysterious in case you haven't watched the movie. Miles beyond the sea, I was talking about until you came around and found me. And he's like looking noticeably happy while he's like leaning with his arms on the windows, not the seals, but the sides of the window, you know what I'm saying, the brick sides. And then there's gonna be like a big grandma, he's singing, and he's like talking about I almost drowned to you, like he's into it. And the camera is cut to facing him in the window. What? Okay, so it's like a side view. No, it's not. I'm confusing this, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm rushing. So no, it's still that front-facing camera. It's still the front-facing camera. I just knew what I was gonna say before I said it. And it's gonna slowly zoom out as he's doing like miles beyond. And while there's like wind blowing in his face, it's like supposed to be like very dramatic, whatever. and he's leading, and he kind of shifts from like using both arms to like hold quote unquote hold him up, to leaning with one arm on the side, like his hands kind of up in like the corner of it. And now I'm right here on the shoreline, but I'm still lost at sea. He places his hands on the ledge of it, like it's kind of giving Rapunzel when she's talking to Pascal, I think, and she's doing tomorrow night lights will. No, that's not the one. And I'll keep wondering. No. But when your hands on the windowsill, you leaning out like you looking down on somebody, you really eager to see them, like, hey mom. Yeah, like that. But his hands, it moves from like that corner onto the windowsill, and then we get a camera angle up from the side, like while as he's belting the words. Right, like, and we see like that Adam's apple, that pronounced Adam's apple at his neck. Like, it's just like really, I'm really trying to paint the picture for y'all. Like he's you get it, y'all get it. In these wild uncharted waters, come find me again. So this part is a little dramatic. I might say just a smidge. But he turns so that his back is to the wall, like in these wild uncharted waters, and then like come find me, and his head is kind of looking up, like he's kind of like, oh gosh, that girl. Da 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 da. Okay, let's deal with that later. Sorry. Oh, okay, thank you. Something came up on the screen. So when it says come find me again, so at again his head tilts downward, right? And so you have that little instrumental piece. And as that instrumental plays, he notices his vest hanging from the chair he was just sitting in, right? And then when he does the, all I do is wonder who you are and where you'll be. And then the stronger than the undertow, like when he gets to that part, right? So this is where we're going to keep it like the first part of the video during his first verse, where he's like walking around, stumbling. Well, not stumbling, but he's walking through the grass, whatever, the hills, whatever. And as he's coming down, he's like fixing his vest. And being over dramatic, like she really has a trance on him. Like, so basically how he was acting within that first verse, but move his actions to the second verse, essentially. And I think it makes his actions in the music video like more in place, like they're supposed to be there, because it's like you're really obsessed with her, and you only heard her voice once. I guess that's what voices will do to you. And then when it's like the night you rescue me, up until the rising dawn, I love like, I have to sing this part after this, but I love this melody. So we're gonna have a replay of him seeing Ariel's like hazy silhouette, like it was in the movie, right? And the night you rescued me, silhouetted by the rising dawn. Oh, over you, I cannot get over you. So Vanessa, the silhouette, is seen in the distance as he's singing, and he's holding his head, his hands are running through it. It's like it's painful to hear it. Right, like he's like, like, oh, kind of like Elsa when she does that, in the, the first Art in Forever reprise. Like he's holding his head like that, and it's like really painful to hear her voice to him. But despite this, like he spots her, and he says that he can't get over her. So that's when he says, I cannot get over you. So when he does the, that's when he does the head thing. And then he does I cannot get over you when he spots her. And that's when we could do the gold thing in his eyes. Right? Like now we know, he's entranced. It's some type of magical thing. So then we go back to the chorus. And up until like Wild Uncharted Waters, you're finally real here beside me. So at this point, he's running towards the beach. He's stumbling or whatever. I don't know. I think it's more. I'll get to that point. But he's stumbling, trying to chase after her, and he's following her as if he's like being lured. And I said actually I'll keep it like the original, but have him see her along the rocks. What? Anyways, I don't even look. I wrote this in July. I don't remember what I said, bro. But anyways, I'd keep it I just have him stumbling around on the beach trying to chase the girl down like he's being lured. And then when he does the I'm right here on the shoreline, I'm right here where you left me. He's at the same place where Ariel is now. So he's running across the beach, hopping on rocks and stuff like that, trying to find Vanessa. So I think that's where Vanessa will lead him. And then, okay, he's at the same spot he met Ariel, but Vanessa isn't there because that's who he's been following. And confusion and disappointment is like plastered on his face. And I said he still does the same movements as in the music video, but I don't know what movement. Oh, like the rock thing. But he's not on the rocks though, so he'll just be belting out again, I guess. Maybe like really like something powerful. I don't know. And then he's like, and your voice is like a siren that guides me too. But see, this is what we're going to do right here. Because I changed my mind. Because I was trying to figure out what to do with the whole belting part when he was suddenly on that ship. And I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know what to do. So I wanted it to cut off right there. So at this point when he does the your voice is like a siren, he's singing his heart out. Like, I wouldn't have cut to the ship. He'd just be singing on the beach or something. And I did have like a little a blurb right here. I'm gonna be honest. I had to get rid of the super powerful singing here because one, it's night. You are not Elsa. This is not Into the Unknown. You do not need to be belting while it's dark. In my version, of course. I mean, even in the daytime, but I feel the village would be filled with noise, so his yelling and belting, okay, whatever. But since my change is at night, we are not gonna have him wild. No, we're not doing that today. And two, it's not necessary. Especially since I'm doing a nighttime thing, I just feel with the instrumental stuff, I don't know, maybe it's just I'm thinking of it as in the day and how like unnecessary that is. But I feel for nighttime songs, they're a lot more calmer. Like something about them is just different, which is why like Into the Unknown can work, even though she's still belting and waking people up. But this belting right here, no. I'm sorry, no. So to reflect him finding her, I'd have it so where the song cuts out abruptly, but it's pleasant to the ear. So it's not like, oh, the song just finished. No, something like it more subtle, but it's still abrupt. But it's a good abrupt, right? And then at the end of the song, it fades into the siren's call. So it goes to the or whatever, and then we'll just cut to the scene with Vanessa, that Vanessa scene where he finds her and she's on the rocks. There's actually a full clip. It's called The Little Mermaid 2023 Eric Meets Vanessa full clip. Basically just that, but at the end of the song. Her singing will also be a part of the song. So if we were to listen to this on, for example, YouTube Music, which is where I listen to my things on, her singing would be a part of it. It wouldn't just be a separate scene. It'll be part of the song. And same thing with the instrumentals, like they kind of did with the Reprise, like how there's like that whole instrumental right there. And I think also for the first time in forever had a little instrumental for a while too. I mean, they didn't include the talking, but you know, they still included some of the sounds. Okay, I said definitely there'll be lyric changes, but no, I wouldn't have a lyric change. I'll just cut it off at your voice is like a siren that guides me to, and she's literally guiding him to her. We're gonna do that. We're gonna be a little cliche. Also, when he hears her singing, he gets closer. Like his body should react. Like his ears should be twitching. His eyes should be wincing. Like he needs to look like he can't stand it, but he wants it. He also needs to look a little scared and surprised too, like relieved. Like he can't. Like he literally can't control his body. So he's scared of that and he's confused with that, but he's also like, it's leading me to somewhere. And no, I actually just went back and I don't even know if you even heard that part. But yeah, so that's my rewrite of Wild Uncharted Waters. I tried to explain as fast as I could, as fast as I could. The lights actually just came on. I don't know if I'll be able to tell when in this recording it did, but I'm pretty sure I probably said oh or paused for a little. So that's it. Nikki updates. She moved the album date to her birthday, December 8th, which is fine. That's about a week before the Jingle Bell Ball. I can't promise that I'll know every lyric to every song on her album by then. However, I will try. I also, last time I said November 11th, it's the 17th. I don't know why I said 11th. It's the 17th. Was the 17th. Now it's December 8th. I'm probably going to do this again Wednesday, but with my Part of Your World reprise thing. The second one. The second reprise. Because that's also another rewrite I did. I think I did it after I did the Uncharted Waters one. And then after I do the Part of the World rewrite, I'm going to do my Boy That I Secretly Love one, which is from Miraculous Ladybug. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to get it out to the world. So, yeah, thank you for listening. If you are listening, this one is a bit shorter than the last one. And, hey, that might be a good thing because I'm rushing. Hopefully you understood what I was trying to do with this. I wish I could draw, because then I feel like it'd make a lot more sense. Because I'm a visual person. When I imagine things, it's like a movie in my head, but to actually write it down is kind of difficult, and to get all the little nooks and things there that you can't really see when it's visual. But I hope, oh gosh, oh, the winter. But I hope everything was fine. I forgot to drink water, so if there are smacking sounds a little, I'm sorry. I don't think I've heard as many, but I don't know. Yeah, I was rushing, like I said. Things did not. I was kind of stressing. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you, and have a great day. I still have to come up with a catchphrase. Sorry, Tamaya. I'm bad at those. I'm really bad at those. All right, bye.